Good morning. So it is morning day 10. Still laying in the tent. We did so many miles yesterday. Google Maps, my marks on Google Maps says we did 72. Brian's GPS says we did 74. We probably actually did 74 going around islands and stuff. So anyway, because of that, we are going to finish our trip today. We've got 29 miles left to get to Dawson, and so that's what the plan's going to be, if we can ever get up and out of bed this morning, because I don't really want to move. Nope, don't want to move.
This wind is insane right now. Apparently I was charging bears and didn't know it. Today we have 29 miles to make it to Dawson City. So the plan is now to finish the trip today. It will make it a 10-day trip, which is on the quicker end of getting from Whitehorse to Dawson via kayak or canoe. So yeah, yesterday, we hit the 40-mile marker and we were like, okay, that was the plan. We're going to hit 40 miles, look for camp. And then we were going to do 40 miles today, look for camp, which would leave us probably, 10 to 15 tomorrow. But as soon as we started looking for camp, I saw just a blaze of fire, just a tree, just completely consumed in fire on the left shoreline. And I was like, Brian, is that a wildfire? And he's like, no, I don't think so. Well, maybe. So we went around another corner, and then, we could just see all kinds of smoke. Smoke. And then we're like, shoot, that's a wildfire. So at that point, shortly after that, we started smelling the smoke. And I'll be honest with you, I did not want to camp. Even if we were on the other side of the shoreline, winds are very low, we probably would have been fine. But I did not want to camp where I was, consuming that smoke all night. So we ended up paddling. We got out of the smoke. We knew where a campsite was according to the map that we have, and it was not very close. And we were like, well, heck, we might as well just keep paddling. So we paddled into this site, doing a whopping 72 miles via straight line. However, we actually paddled 74 miles yesterday. Just a crazy day. And today, 29 miles. It's still a good little paddle today to get 29 miles. We're hoping to get to Dawson at a decent time, so we can figure out getting mine and Brian's boat to Mitchell's trailer. So that's on the docket today. It's been a great trip. It's gone quicker than expected. And kind of the reason it's gone quicker than expected is because there's been times where I think 2 occasions we had a campsite picked out and we got there and there were people there. So naturally we had to keep on moving. So that added miles right there. And then yesterday added just a ton of miles. So we basically paddled 2 days in 1 day yesterday. So yeah, we got about 29 miles left to Dawson City, around where we're going to take out. Excited to see what else this river has to offer. It's just been fantastic. Though it looks like the mountains are winding down, I don't know, they may come back. Just been just amazing out here. So I guess we'll see what the next 29 miles brings. Got a little wet getting in?
Mud.
Oh.
Mud.
So it is morning, day 10, just putting in the water. The put-in was really muddy by shore. I slid in backwards and almost tipped over, so that was fun. Brian stepped and got mud all in his boat, so that's fun too. So we are getting ready to head toward the main channel here and head downstream to Dawson, day 10. 29 miles to go. Hopefully it's a good one. So it is turning into another beautiful day here in the Yukon. I was a little chilly this morning, but it's starting to warm up. So the name of the game today is try to stay in the main flow, try to keep a good current. I just looked a second ago with paddle and I was going almost 8. When you look over to the shore, half the time you can't even tell. Sometimes you can, but sometimes you'll be going, 7, 8 miles an hour and you look over and you feel like you're going 2. It's very deceiving. I think you just get used to it. So we have just reached mile marker 400 for the trip. 400 miles here on the Yukon River. What a journey it has been. We've got 25 left approximately. Just gonna enjoy it. We've been paddling, I don't know how long, not too long so far this morning. Current's been good so far. And yeah, 400 miles. Crazy to think about that. So you can't see it, or we can't see it because we are in the far left channel, but on the other side of the river on the right channel, the Indian River is converging with the Yukon. So we have gained yet another river, another pretty big river. So that's what, 3 big rivers gained in like 40 miles probably. Roughly, that's a lot. That's why this river has gotten so big, so wide. But luckily, it has maintained flow. It's actually gained flow since the White River, or it's been more steady maybe. some of the cooler rock cliffs that I've seen in this trip. My hands have really fared pretty well for not wearing gloves. I didn't bring any, other than like warm gloves.
Yeah, since I got the blisters, I don't think I really even. Now I've got calluses,
Yeah.
but
So we're about 10 miles in so far, about a third of the way there. Current's been good. We're making good time. Been a long stretch going towards this mountain here. Finally about there. It's probably about a 4 or 5 mile long stretch there.
I wanna wander out of the valley where the river takes us far away from home. Time to ponder in the fields around me where there's nothing but the breeze and the great unknown. Leave your worries and your suitcase you don't need nothing but you. So don't throw your hopes down a wishing well. It's your heart's desire carry you. Come and sail with me to the open ocean, where you don't have to dream because there's you. Nothing around us, just flames in the fire. And through the night they burn like me for you. Covered in wonder, sweet in the silence. Oh, we'll keep running, we'll keep running. Leave your worries and your suitcase. Oh, you don't need nothing but you. So don't throw your hopes down a wishing well. It's your heart's desire carry you. Come and sail with me to the open ocean, where you don't have to dream because there's you. Leave your worries and your suitcase.
We got about 10 miles left, I think, and tell you what, these miles are not getting any easier. We still got flow, but man, it's a lot of paddling. So we have chosen to go most of these braided islands, you know, with the area that had the biggest channel. We might regret this, going right to a slightly smaller channel, but it's a good bit shorter. But if there's no current, we're gonna wish we were on the other side. So I guess we'll see how this goes. So we are 5 miles away. We got just 5 miles left. So you know what? It is time for a broken celebratory Chips Ahoy cookie, chocolate chip cookie. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Almost dropped part of the wrapper. No littering on the river. Good. Not as good as the warm cooked meal I'm gonna have tonight, but it's good. So 5 miles left. We still got good current here. We're not sure. We're not sure where we're going to take out. We'll find somewhere. So when we get around this bend up here, we might be able to see Dawson City. We might be able to. But it kind of does another bend, so we might not be able to. But we are floating down the river here, 7.5 miles an hour. So as we round this city, as we round this corner, I can't really see, you know, buildings. It's a smaller city yet. Yeah, so this trip has been filled with so much. Started with 7 strong, and first day, you know, was going great. Got into the lake, and as soon as we got to the lake, it was instant survival. Like, we just had to make our way to shore as quick as we can. From there, we were able to make it just a little bit further down the lake at that point to a camp. And day 2 on the lake was more of the same, all day on the lake, all day long, dealing with the swells and the wave trains and current pushing you all kinds of ways. What a long day that was. As we went to day 3, we were only a couple miles from the beginning, or back to the Yukon River. So we got to the river, started having good flow, and there were even a couple rapids that day. So that was pretty fun, and it was really good to get off of that lake and get some moving water. Some of my days might be messed up here. So day 4, I believe, is the day. Actually, day 3, I think we had that ship. I think we saw that ship on day 3. Day 4 is the day that we dealt with those just crazy headwinds. And there were headwinds like a good amount the first 5 days, but just crazy headwinds as we were going on the side of that cliff with that kind of sandy looking cliff on our right side. It took us forever to get through there. It was just so windy through that. Day 5 is where Brian and I broke off, not intentionally, by the way. The plan was just to float down the river, but once we had floated for hours and they hadn't caught up, at that point we made the decision to go to Carmack to get some rest. So that ended up being a pretty long day. We made it to Carmack, and you know, we met up with Tim and Brad there. Got to spend the evening with them and the morning with them, so that was good. And we got to hear about the 82-mile day they had to get to Carmack. So from there, day 6, we left Carmack and we had Five Finger Rapids and Rink Rapids, and what a beautiful section of river that was. Just incredible. Day 7 is the day that we got to Fort Seltrick, I think it's called, and we could camp there. We decided to move on at that point. Ended up making a good bit more miles from there. Day 8 was the day that probably 20 miles, 30 miles down from the fort. Just the mountains are just out of this world. The views are just absolutely incredible with the mountain surroundings that we went through. That was day 8. Day 9 was yesterday. We had planned on doing 40 miles and then looking for camp. As soon as we got our 40 miles and once Brian got me focused enough to start looking for camp, I look to the left and I see fire. Thought it might be a wildfire. As we did a little more looking at it, we realized it was indeed a wildfire. So from there, that prompted our really long 74-mile day yesterday, because we just didn't want to camp near it. And then we were like, well, we might as well keep going to a listed campsite that's supposed to be pretty good. So that's kind of what we did. And here we are today, 29 miles coming into Dawson Creek, or Dawson City. Here momentarily, we're gonna hit up with the Klondike River and look for a place to get out. I'm showing 7/10 of a mile. We're gonna want to trend right. Pretty heavy current. We're in the eddy now, going back into the current a little bit. Got to get around this giant gravel bar here on the bank. Not that deep here, about 2 feet. We can get out and line the boats if we have to here. What? I think we can get around there. Maybe go for that. Yeah, but it cuts around too on the other side of these rocks. I think maybe we get to that gravel bar on the corner there. Unless you want to get out and line it, we could line it. It's not deep. Gravel bar straight across. Other side. The water on the Klondike River looks a lot more fresh than what we've been in here recently. Do you think we should go to where that dirt slope is over there? Yeah, I don't know where I don't know where. Back there? Oh. I thought those looked like private things. I know. Makes me want to drink it. There's too much current straight across, so we are trying something else here. I got over to that. I'm trying to get over here. We're gonna filter to the same place.
hell. So this is what we probably should have done all along. But hey, can only go off the information I have, and for this takeout we had none. So we're just trying to get to this other side. That's literally all we're trying to do. Seems simple, but the Klondike current is pretty heavy back there. Definitely too deep to be able to walk through and line the boats. There's a current here, but it's not too bad, I don't think. Gonna hit us right here. Ryan's going through it now. I am over here finally. I think we should just go right there. Little adventure getting here. So we have arrived, and now where Mitchell's truck is stored, I'm gonna go see if I can grab it. He said the keys are in it. I have the code to get in, so it's a 1.6 mile trek there, unless I can find someone along the way to give me a ride. That's what we are doing. Dawson City Museum. There's this trail, I guess. I think it's a walking trail. But it seems to go where I want to go, basically, so I'm on it. So this is going back over the Klondike River. The Yukon water looked good first couple 100 miles, and then it started changing, and it just looks flat nasty now. This water looks good on the Klondike. Hasn't had too much interference from major rivers probably at this point. So, I misunderstood Mitchell. He has the truck key on him. So I can get in the truck, but I can't move the truck. So, with the help of my wonderful wife, Debbie, she was able to get in touch with Jesse at Klondike Experience here. And he is on a whim gonna hook up a trailer and help us out. So Brian is down there at the water, so he's gonna meet Brian down there, and they're gonna load everything and bring it all up here. So super awesome and super nice of Jesse to help, and yeah, so sometimes you just got to figure it out on a whim. So that's sort of what's going on right now. Klondike Experience making it happen. So he is dropping off a load of folks at the airport, and he dropped the trailer with our gear on it. This got done super quick. You need anything in this area? See Jesse. After our river part of this trip has ended, and I'm just doing a walk here by the water. So by the time we went through all our gear and got it all in the trailer and figured all that out, we had about a 1.6, 1.7 mile walk to our hotel. By the time we got to our hotel, took a shower, and got to get some food, it was about 10:30 at night last night. By the time we left the place, the pizza place, it was after, I think it was like 11:30. So definitely a late night last night, a long day. It all worked out. So today we're just kind of hanging out in Dawson, gonna hit some shops, maybe do some museums. But this morning I'm just kind of walking around here, riverfront, and kind of good to be able to do a different kind of trip at this point. So yeah, definitely a heck of a trip. So much adventure was in the trip, and definitely looking forward to whatever the next adventure is that we embark upon. But at this point, it looks like Mitchell and Jack are about maybe just a couple days out. So they were about, this morning, the word is they camped about 15 minutes from Dawson City, which is right where the wildfires were, at Dawson City. So my guess is they'll push through that area and probably make it here at some point tomorrow, would be my kind of guess. So it seems like they've been pushing themselves a little bit here recently. So let's hope that they get off the river safely and get through the fire area. I'm sure they will. So yeah, just right now enjoying the morning, walking around, and that's about it. So right here, this is where Brian and I took out yesterday, and I'm not going to go down there, but this is where we took out. Super muddy. We really didn't know. It turns out there is a boat ramp. I haven't been to it. I think it's just down river a little bit. I don't think it's too far, but they do have a boat ramp, and we were just my thought was we were trying to get as close to the truck to make as little of a walk as possible. We're still about a 1.5 mile walk, and so this was the earliest spot we could get out. We wanted to go on the corner up here in the Klondike River, and we were out of the boats and we were lining them. From where we were, we couldn't see. It looked like the Klondike River was just a trickle of water,
But once we got closer, we realized this ain't no trickle. This thing is moving pretty good. Looks like a lot of fun. But we weren't going to be able to line across it. That was for sure. So that wasn't an option. So we had to get back in the boats. And then that's when we went down to that takeout area there. I mean, it worked out. We were able to get our, Brian was able to beast it out and get everything up the hill, all our stuff. I know he was exhausted after doing all that. But yeah, this is the confluence. This is the Klondike River confluence with the Yukon River. So yeah, this is all, that's Klondike, further over there, that's all Klondike. And it's only this closed channel here. This is the main channel. When we were way over there, we thought that, you know, that was the main channel, and it wasn't moving too crazy, so we thought we could get by it. But once we got closer, we realized, shoot, this sucker's really moving. I don't think we can do this. So at that point, we moved on. Like I said, all worked out. The Kino of Dawson. Pretty cool. And right here behind it, I have found the boat ramp. So this is probably where we should have come to take out. And actually, I think this is what I had marked on my map. Why didn't we come here? I don't know. Gotta tell you, this isn't amazing either. I'm not totally disappointed with where we took out. It's right behind me. This is who all made it happen right here in Dawson City. Check them out. They are amazingly helpful if you need some help off the river. I think they do tours and all kinds of stuff too.
I wanna wander out of the valley where the river takes us far away from home. Time to ponder in the fields around me where there's nothing but the breeze and the gray unknown.